Hello, Dominic. I wonder why the Germans did remove the first part of the national anthem, but did not remove the rest, like the Deutschland, über thing.
I am bored. What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Hallo und willkommen. Ich bin Meister Lenzia and you're watching Get Germanized Snapchat Q&A 13. Today with a special guest, VlogDave.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Let's get started. If you don't know what a Snapchat Q&A is, well, you add me on Snapchat. That's an app where you can send videos, photos, and so on. And you send me a video question. Well, only send it to me after I ask you for it in, well, Snapchat, because many people just send me videos even though I didn't ask for it, and then the question gets lost and I don't want that. So send me the video when I request it and then you are part of the next Snapchat Q&A. Dave, should we get started?
Yes, totally.
Let's get started.
Denken Sie, dass Englisch heutzutage nicht so wichtig in Deutschland ist?
If we think that English isn't as important anymore in Germany nowadays, well, Dave, what do you think?
Well, I wouldn't agree with that. Definitely not, because like it's even more important nowadays and will keep being important either way, so...
I agree. I mean, it's an international language, language of business, language of politics. Without English, I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys at all. I would be stuck in Germany and, well, I mean, their worst fates, I suppose. But still, English is very important.
I was wondering if there are any British or American dialects or accents you have trouble understanding.
If I have any problems understanding dialects or accents at all, well, Dave, you want to answer that?
Well, at first, like, the first time I encountered, like, an Irish person, I was kind of, like, struggling with that, yeah. I have to be honest with that. But, yeah, it got better, I guess. I hope so. Any others, like American, Southern American accents? Yeah, sometimes, like, if it's really mumbled and all that, it can be really difficult. For instance, in The Walking Dead, Norman Reedus, you know, like, he can, like, mumble and muffle a lot with his voice in that show, let me tell you that. Yeah, I had to get used to that a lot as well when I first started out, like, listening to these dialects. By now, I don't have any problems anymore. I think there would be some problems with Scottish people. Scottish! I'm so Scottish, ach no! Well, that's the best I can do. But I think many Scottish people actually sound very cool, but also they are very hard to understand. So forgive me if you ever talk to me in real life and I'm like, what? Yeah, I've learned to love Scottish through the band Biffy Clyro, really great band by the way. And I think Welsh can be really difficult as well, because it sounds kind of like, yeah, different to standard English. Don't they have many different words as well, so that you wouldn't understand them anyway? Isn't like the longest town name in Welsh, like this... Wasn't that Finnish or something? I don't know. I think it's in England. Marber. You tell us! Yeah.
How do Germans think about American football compared to soccer?
American football compared to soccer, well, I mean, I'm not a big fan of either. I watch the soccer games, the Fußball games, when the international games are on, but other than that, not really. I think it's the same for you. Well, American football is a lot more slow, I think, because they take long breaks in between to discuss the next moves and stuff like that, right? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know anything about that, to be honest, so... I know that there's a long commercial break that everyone likes to watch, right? Isn't the Super Bowl for, like, American football, or is it, like, baseball? No, it's for American football. It's football, right? Yeah, okay. Definitely. I know that, but... Yeah. Well, that's the extent of our knowledge. There you go. Well, I think in Germany it's not as popular, definitely not American football. I think there are some teams here. Nothing too official, I don't think. I'm not very sure about that, but maybe you know more? No, there are some leagues, I guess. There are even some leagues in Germany, but it's still like really, like something really tiny compared to like German Fußball, you know, soccer, so... Well, yeah. I'm not sure if they are okay with this comparison. Yeah, but in Germany it's true though. Like, but... I'm not judging the sport. But is American football not the sport in comparison to Fußball? Fußball. Yeah, might be. Okay, well, anyways, no, we don't know much about it.
What was the dumbest thing anyone ever said to you?
when they found out what you said that you were from Germany?
The dumbest thing anyone ever said when they found out I'm from Germany, like the rudest thing maybe, the most rude thing, I'm not quite sure. I mean, on the internet, lots of things, like Nazi, cuck, bullshit like that, all the freaking time. I get that every day. They're all in the spam folder and I block them right away. But I get that on the internet. In real life, I mean, many of these people would be too much of a coward to actually tell me that to my face. So I don't think, well, anyone will do that anytime soon. What about you, Dave?
True. Well, I didn't have any like bad encounters with people from, like, for instance, the USA that would have told anything bad about me being a German. So yeah, I don't know. But it's like, I agree, it's completely different online, you know, because there are people that are really like just haters for the sake of hating.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything against Germany or Germans necessarily, but it's like an easy target for them for some reason, I don't know. But yeah, if it, well, how should I say, enhances their lives. Yeah.
Be my guest.
Yeah.
Fuko, Dave, guten Tag. Are you guys part of any clubs or groups? I think they're called Volksbund.
The Volksbund, well, I've heard of that before, but I'm not too sure what it is. Is it like a Pathfinder, der Pfadfinder, like a group like that? I don't know.
Do you mean like Boy Scouts?
Boy Scouts, yeah.
Yeah, in German it's called Pfadfinder. I don't think it's that necessarily. Well, I'm not part of any clubs or groups or anything like that. I used to be, when I was very little, I used to play football, right? Soccer. I played some I did some kendo training for a while, like this Japanese sword fighting. There we go. But other than that, not too much. No, I'm not a big club person. What about you, Dave?
Well, I did some taekwondo back in the day. Hoo-yah! That was pretty fun actually, and I was quite successful at that, I'd say. But yeah, then again, it was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago,
like
but
1,000 years.
I can still remember. Yeah.
I can still remember.
Oh yeah. And well, I also played a bit of badminton back in the day. And actually I would love to do that again at some point, but it's like really difficult to find people that you can do that with, you know. I mean, we actually talked about like jogging, for instance, but that wouldn't be a club thing, that would be like a private, personal thing to do in the neighborhood. So,
no clubs.
No clubs, no.
Hey, get Germanized and VlogDave. My question is, do you have a Remembrance Day for all of your soldiers from World War I and II?
So while we don't have a specific Remembrance Day for the soldiers from the First World War, or like for the First World War in general, at least as far as I know, we do have a Volkstrauertag, a well, nation grief day or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's not meant to be for the First World War, but for all wars and all violence and, well, all of the world, yeah, all of the world, for all victims. And I think someone suggested once that that should be also, well, a Remembrance Day for the First World War, but I don't think it is yet.
Yeah, an opportunity to commemorate the fallen soldiers, for instance. So, but I mean, that is a really good question, by the way, and we had to look that up, to be honest, because we didn't know. Yeah, but don't.
We know everything.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, it's not like this is a video. But that would be a good idea, though, to do that. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
A favorite German beer?
Our favorite German beer as well. Mine is Lausitzer Porter and Erdinger Weißbier. What about you, Dave?
Well, I'm not too fond of Weißbier actually, but I like Dunkel beer is not really like alcoholic beer, but it's also very cool. But Altbier, for instance, old beer.
Yeah. Beer that's just way too old.
True, yeah, well, kinda. Well, I actually grew up on like Veltins, for instance. That is a beer brand.
Okay.
That is a beer brand that I enjoy a lot as well.
Right.
And I also enjoy mixed beers. Like many people say, oh well, that's like deadly sin to some extent, but I couldn't care less because some of that stuff is actually pretty tasty.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
If you could have a dinner party with 5 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
A dinner party with 5 people, dead or alive, who would they be? Well, That's a very difficult question, but a very cool question as well. I like it a lot, so props to you. Thank you very much. Dead or alive? Well, I mean, PewDiePie. I like PewDiePie. I would fill my table with YouTubers probably, to be quite honest, because I just like to be around YouTubers. PewDiePie is cool. Give Me a Break Man, Give Me a Flake Man. I like Jacksepticeye is cool. Markiplier. Well, that's a lot already.
I guess so, yeah.
And
maybe even 5.
Maybe no, not yet. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Give Me a Break Man, Give Me a Flake Man, Markiplier, and one more that would have to be VlogDave.
Ah,
there we go. I got that out of the way. Okay, now it's your turn.
All right, yeah, you had to say that.
Yeah, I had to say that.
Now to retain the peace.
My real choice would have been Gandhi.
Yeah, but I am like the Gandhi 2.0, you know, like the new generation of Gandhi.
Yeah, with bugs.
Maybe.
Lots of bugs.
Maybe. Well, I would choose, for instance, certainly you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
As one. I would certainly choose... Yeah.
Duh.
I would certainly choose Gronk, because he is by far my favorite German YouTuber.
Damn, I forgot about Gronk.
And, well, like, there are many other cool YouTubers I could choose as well. But then again, I think I will choose a few musicians. For instance, Dave Grohl, because Dave Grohl is awesome. He's one of my favorite musicians.
He could serenade you during your meal.
True.
Yeah.
And so is Steven Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Many of you might not know him, but he is like a really, really cool musician of bands such as Porcupine Tree, for instance, Blackfield, and Solo. Check out his stuff. It's awesome. Really good rock music. So that is, I think, well, one to go.
Maybe my clone?
I mean, you know, I could choose like a dead person as well, right? Yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh, shit. Necromancy.
Ooh, necromancy, that's different. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, because I actually really enjoyed his music and he just like passed away a few days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Cornell, for instance, that would be a cool choice because he always seemed so chill and down to earth. So, yeah, he was a clever dude.
Zombie Chris Cornell it is.
Hello, Dominique. I wonder why the Germans did remove the first part of the national anthem, but did not remove the rest, like the Deutschland über alles thing.
As far as I'm concerned, like, you won't sing Deutschland über alles and all that stuff either. I guess, like, I'm not too sure about that, but I guess it's still part of the national anthem, but it's not sung in like public or on official occasions, you know.
Well, I think the whole thing is called the Deutschlandlied. I mean, I know that it's called the Deutschlandlied, and only one stanza is used as the national anthem of Germany, which is Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit für das deutsche Vaterland, so on and so on. But the other one isn't used anymore. I know that it's not supposed to mean Germany is above everything else in the world. It has a different meaning, I'm aware of that, but it has been used by the Nazis. Many people would say, well, the Nazis use pants, so you're not going to wear pants anymore? Well, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Just in Germany, I always say this, say it if you want, I don't give a shit, but if you do, well, there will be consequences, and you need to deal with those consequences. If you're fine with that, if you want to be, well, saying whatever you want, when you want, do it, be my guest, I don't care, like, I really don't, I just want to look out for you, you know?
Right, there are 3 stanzas in total, and we only sing the 3rd one. I think that is the case, or that has been the case since 1990, German Unity Day.
Yes.
I guess so.
I hope you have a nice day today. How are you, by the way? I'd like to ask if German are easy to...
If German are easy to what? That message cut out, sadly. Germans are easy to understand, to eat, to get to know. Well, I'm pretty sure she meant to eat, right? I mean, if you cook them properly before that, then even the toughest Germans will be very tender.
Yeah, like, to eat was almost the first thing that came to my mind when I heard the question for the first time.
Yeah, obviously. What else, right?
I mean, yeah, Germans are easy to love, for certain.
But I think you might have meant to understand, right? It depends on your German skill level as well. If you are an experienced speaker, listener, of the German language, die deutsche Sprache, then maybe maybe not. Like if you're not so good, then it will be very difficult.
True, it's a very individual thing, and you can't really generalize that.
Generalize,
yeah. So, yeah.
What are your views of America in international affairs politically and militarily?
Our views on America in political and international affairs, right? He said. Well, views on America with Trump, I don't know. It's difficult. Many people have stereotypes about America, obviously, still to this day. Same as you guys probably have stereotypes about Germans. We know not many of them are true. There might be a grain of truth somewhere, right? There's a truth to it. Obviously, like Germans used to be Nazis, some of us, but we are not anymore. Not many. So I know that not every American will be fat, will be gun crazy, and all of that, right? But in international affairs, well, I mean, to be quite honest, many Germans see America a little bit, or the USA in particular, as the world police. They try to stick their nose into things that don't really concern them. Many people, like I guess you could call them conspiracy theorists, say that Americans have started all these wars in order to get to the resources, to the natural resources like the oil and all of that kind of stuff. Some people even say that, I mean, I don't know how many believe that or say that, but that 9/11 has been an inside job and all of that kind of stuff. You've heard about it plenty probably before. Like those rumors exist in Germany as well, so just wanted you to know that. Well, people don't like Trump, I'll be frank. Not many people like Trump. I think, at least from what I heard from you guys, that many supporters don't even like him anymore, because they saw that he didn't really do what he wanted to do, what he said he would do.
Yeah, he makes it really tough to be liked by many people, I'd say. Let me put it this way. And even though he's very talkative, he's like still a box of secrets. You don't know what you get, you know? Like one day he says this and the other day like it completely changes, which is fine to some degree, but then again like it's the mightiest political, well, yeah, leader in the world. So even though we are quite grateful for having like a strong ally, we also like we want to be independent in many ways and not dependent from, like, for instance, the USA in too many ways, I don't think so.
Yeah. Because, I mean, people believe, or some people in Germany, again, conspiracies, that Germany isn't even its own country. It's like GmbH, right? And stuff like that. Yeah, Dave hates that topic, but
really?
But there are theories like that out there. I mean, not by us, but by some people. And yeah, just, you know, that's how we see America. Great. But maybe my viewers can tell you more about that.
And last but not least, we should also mention that there is like a distinct difference in between like taking a look at the American culture and talking about American politics.
Yes.
Because we still distinguish between those two things.
Indeed,
I do think.
Indeed. Yeah. And we don't see the actions of the American government as the actions of the American people. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
Like the USA, obviously the government in there does things and not the people. So don't worry, we're cool.
Hey guys, hello from Holland. I'd like to know what is your favorite thing about Germany? Like which city, which tradition, which food, which Feiertag?
Our favorite thing here in Germany or from Germany, well, mine would have to be the Weihnachtsmärkte, the Christmas markets when it's icy cold and snowy outside, and then you go to the Christmas market, drink a Glühwein, a mulled wine, and maybe even some mead, honey wine mead, right, and eat some delicious foods, and just, you know, you're all warm and cozy in the cold, and there are lights and it smells like nice scents everywhere. It's really nice. I enjoy that.
Yeah. I agree with that totally. And well, I think I just talked about that in a recent video. Like for instance, something like a Bollerwagen tour, something very German on Father's Day. Stuff like that, you know, little traditions on like some holidays, for instance. Like one of our family traditions is to eat like pickled eggs, Soleier, on Easter. So stuff like that where the family comes together, and like I think because Germans are really into like spending time with their families.
Why?
And I don't
Weird.
know.
Who wants to do that?
Obviously German food, like many different types of bread, for instance, you can choose from, and all that stuff. Many really delicious dishes. Delicious dishes. And yeah, well, the German countryside, for instance, that can be very beautiful as well.
Exactly.
But also major cities, for instance, like Cologne, for instance, Bremen, Hamburg, Berlin, like the really big ones, but also very small villages, because they tend to have very old architecture, which can be really beautiful.
Indeed.
Hey, greetings from Egypt. My question is, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Egypt?
The first thing that comes to our minds when we think of Egypt, well, pyramids and the pharaoh, like cool gods like Anubis or Ra, or all that kind of thing, stuff. Yeah, for me.
Well, yeah, the Valley of the Kings, most definitely, and yeah. Tutankhamun in particular, because I was, well, I wouldn't say obsessed with that a couple of years ago, but I was really interested, and I was really into all that stuff, like his grave chamber, and like discovering that, the discovery by Howard Carter, I think it was, in 1920, long time ago. But that stuff is really, really interesting, and also the way how different the culture is compared to the German culture, for instance. The whole like writing system and symbols and all that stuff.
I mean, with the emojis, we're getting close to that again.
Yeah, so. Yeah, kinda.
But I agree, it's really fascinating, architecture-wise, culture-wise, it's just so cool. I mean, nowadays in Egypt, I don't really know much about what's going on there, to be honest. Markets, lots of markets I associate with that, maybe camel rides through the desert, or even like quad bike rides and stuff like that, right? All that kind of stuff. Blazing sun.
Yeah.
Many friendly people probably, right? So I don't know, that's about it.
I mean, I would like to go there at some point,
yeah.
So yeah, just to see the Valley of the Kings, for instance, because that alone is so beautiful.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hot, but beautiful. That's it for the 13th Snapchat Q&A, guys. If you want to be part of the next one, make sure to, well, add me on Snapchat. Name is Get Germanized. You know the drill. And, well, some people didn't know the drill. We got at least like 10 questions that were just text questions. Even though I say over and over again, film yourself while you film the question video, and then send it to me on Snapchat. It's not that difficult. Guys, seriously. Seriously.
You can do that.
You can do it.
We believe in you.
I believe in you too, yes. We do. So do that. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to both of our channels if you haven't yet. And well, apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Bye.